Welcome to the Satellite Bird Podcast. We're going deep inside the music and history of legendary, relatively unknown rock band Edge of Jupiter. Now, strap on, tune down, and reactivate your long-range scanners. We're going to the Edge of Jupiter.
All right, so right now we're recording.
Okay.
So...
Oh, it knows where I am.
So, Mike, do you know what you want to talk about for the intro? Or obviously, so there's the stuff we want to make sure we mention, right?
So we're going to, in a little bit, talk with Eric, who we used to play with in 1906.
In 1906.
In my grandfather's basement.
Only then I was my grandfather.
Yes. And but Eric is in one of the first incarnations of the band, so we are going to talk with Eric. And we haven't talked to him in, I think, about 19 years.
Yeah, I think the last time we saw him was like 17 years ago. We haven't played music with him in 19 years, I know that.
And we haven't talked to him or played music with him in 19 years, and he was part of the original conception of the band. So one of the first people that we wrote music with or performed with. And he was pretty influential, just a really cool dude. And so he's part of the beginning. And we have Eric.
Super psyched that he came in and talked with us.
That is really cool of him. But besides talking with Eric, we also are going to talk to Andy today.
Andy's one of our oldest friends. And he's a very cosmic dude.
Compadre.
He's a spiritual guider for many.
He's a companion for some. And he's a wizard for most.
He's a pimp.
But, besides talking to Andy, I guess we're just going to talk about what's going on in the world, which I think is, you can read about in your local paper. Things like brisk jobs growth puts the Fed on notice. Well, that sounds interesting.
That's really good or bad for depending on who you are.
Yeah.
That's news for you.
Brisk jobs sounds better than risky jobs.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
Dude. No, yeah. What do you got next?
Boner vies with new conservative caucus. Wow, he looks pretty serious about it too.
I don't know if that's good family language that you just used.
Oh, Boehner. Jeez, the way the phonetics line up, it just doesn't look like. China cracks down on foreign nonprofits. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't feel great about it. I know that.
Austria to keep fresco once seized by Nazis. Wow, there's so much news.
Nazis are bad.
Nazis so good.
Can't wait till Andy gets here.
Yeah, Andy really...
He's on his way right now.
Andy's going to be here in a few moments, and we'll talk to Andy.
You guys are really going to love Andy.
Yeah. So, Guy, did you have any other thoughts about Eric and the band and the podcast?
I'm just super excited that we got to play a little music with Eric. That was something that was like icing on the cake for me and for Mike.
Yeah.
We love cake.
We love Eric, so it just worked out wonderful.
It was a really good cake we made together.
And hello, dudes.
Hey,
Whoa.
It's Andy.
Hey, Andy, what's
God.
up?
Hello,
What's going on?
Here.
Yeah.
Well, let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
What's on your mind, Andy?
Well, I've just come in from the cold. Still, here we are at the beginning of spring.
Well, it's not spring yet.
It's
almost daylight savings, though, isn't that today?
hours away from the shift in. We can shift in the way that we look, the way that we mark time. The way that we now mark time will be changed.
Indeed.
Only by our the way we look at it. But we're getting 3 minutes of daylight every day, which is
Incredible.
Yeah.
Phenomenal
I'll take
gains.
I'll take it.
It's good for my chlorophyll.
We're making gains. And then the day that spring begins is the day that we get the most minutes. We get all of day stops getting.
Yeah. It's when the sun
big.
high fives the earth.
Does that really happen?
I think so. I think that's the cause of spring.
No, it's 12 hours.
I thought
It's
it was.
when you get 12 and 12.
I thought it was because the spaceship Dawn.
Yeah. Didn't you have
12 and
Go-
12 is
Going around the asteroid
Christ?
Christ.
12 hours of light, 12 hours of dark, it is spring.
Did you have a message that had to do with dawn?
Yeah. Maybe if that's cool, Andy, we'll play that message real quick.
Yeah.
Hi, Andy. It's Tommy. The spacecraft Dawn went into orbit around asteroid Christ today. So I just thought to let you know, because you could probably look it up. You got to look up the spacecraft Dawn, D-A-W-N. Thank you. Bye-bye. I'll call you again. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Tomasino.
So now we know that shit's real.
Yeah. There's a lot of news.
There's a lot going on today.
There's a lot happening.
I didn't really realize how much space shit was going on until I started talking to Tommy about it.
He's your space guru.
Tommy knows a friend of mine who knows a lot about space and spaceships.
Wow.
So Andy is a guru to some, and then Andy has his own gurus.
Well, and I sort of resist guru talk or having
Guru talk?
idols talking.
We don't
about-
worship false idols.
We don't worship anyone, really.
Nobody is worthy.
Just money and fame and stuff like.
That's what we like around here.
It's what's most important.
That's what, yeah.
Making sure our sales don't slump. When looking at
The market.
markets.
Yeah.
The
The
markets.
meerkats.
Meerkats.
See what the financial meerkats are doing. Like, did you guys know that the Noble's iceberg rebuttal got few prizes for transparency?
Actually, I did know that because Blue State turnaround artist for gender equality, you can't beat capitalism.
How does anybody learn anything from this paper?
A German tale of thrift, a Greek tale of victimhood. That's how.
Are you just reading?
I am.
A better world ruled by women. The Bible, the Iliad, the Indian epics. Men behaving badly.
A protester was pushed to the ground by paramilitary policemen in Beijing Wednesday before the opening of the National People's Congress nearby.
Brazil Supreme Court approves probe of top lawmakers.
In a third study, the experimenters randomly told the students that they belonged to a group and scored high or low on an arbitrary test.
Perhaps someone will invent a fool app to remind us of our true status in the world.
Iraq officials denounce destruction of ancient site.
You can even see this in chimpanzees. If several lower-ranked chimps get together, they can overturn even the most impressive alpha male.
Behind a boy and his tiger, a philosophy.
Palestinian drama hits pedestrians in Israel.
Heads up.
So did anybody do anything recently?
Yeah, I'll tell you. I got something.
What do you got?
They're stopping with the elephants in the circus.
They're stomping with the elephants?
They're stopping having elephants in the Ringling Brothers Circus. You ever
How do you
go
guys
to-
feel about that?
I think it's actually a good idea.
Not to have the elephants in the circus.
I don't know. What do you think? I mean, elephants riding bikes, that kind of makes me sad.
Good day for elephants, bad
You're a-
day for kids.
You're a pussy, though. I mean, I think, do you think that there's enough joy taken in by people to outweigh the bad for an elephant?
I guess it would be good to know how the elephant's downtime was spent. Like, if he's running around in, like, a safari, having fun with sunglasses and big pineapple drinks, then I'm cool with that. But if he's in, like, a 4x4 cage with a chain on his foot, I don't know.
And, has to watch other people enjoying those tropical treats.
Yeah.
Aren't you putting, you're pushing your values onto elephants? Like, elephants want pineapple drinks. I think elephants want to do tricks for people at the war memorial.
Worst thing you can do is start giving them tropical drinks because they don't know how dope they are until they have them.
I think it's kind of like it's hard. It's a hard road. It's just like for a traveling musician or something. It's not like nobody said that this is going to be easy. Elephants. Just got to do it.
Easy Elephants is a good band name.
How about
going to one of Jupiter's moons, breaking through the ice and looking for aliens? My dream forecast, different weathermen.
That was a pretty cheap shot at Weathermen. Or do they mean the underground?
It's a dime store masterpiece.
What's your favorite TV show theme song?
It's not That's no survivor. That's not
Do you remember Hawaii 5-0? I challenge you to try to do this. Seriously. We'll see if you can do this. See if you can laugh the theme song. Like,
That's good.
Yeah.
I knew the first one. The second one I've never heard before.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
What's Jeopardy?
Jeopardy is where Alex Trebek performs Knowledge for America.
Okay. So I think we actually covered pretty much a lot.
We should probably review it.
All right.
So we are going to talk with Eric, and we're going to listen to the song and talk about the song From the Outside and some other old music we used to do.
Good stuff.
Great
it's old,
stuff.
but you'll like it.
You will.
Like Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. Stay tuned.
So this was from Dynamic? Or this
is at Guy's house.
Was it your house?
Yeah. We took all my parents' furniture and put it in the front yard and stuff.
Yeah.
And at some point in the song, you can hear Guy's dog bark outside. But it's very faint. I don't know where it is, though. It's like...
Is that Rex?
Yeah.
When they lock you outside,
That was you.
Another reminder.
So I was listening to this the other day. What were you talking about when you wrote? Like, what are you talking about? Being crushed by a can and stuff.
It's all like teen angst, like John Hughes movies.
Is it about your mom?
No, it's not about my mom.
Okay.
It's about someone's mom, though.
How does it feel listening to like some of these songs that you wrote when you're 14 years old? It's like, is it like awkward? Like some lyrics?
It is really awkward.
Yeah, it's definitely awkward.
Like, does it resonate with you at all anymore? Or, like this,
It resonates on like a sentimental level, like how I used to really like Elf, but then I forgot about him.
oh, I remember that Elf song you wrote.
It's like Willow. If you go back and watch Willow.
Yeah, which one is your magic finger?
Oh, Willow. What's your magic finger? Man Mod again? That's a daikini, baby.
Reflect to the floor and lie on your back. It's my reaction.
Yeah, we were definitely way ahead of our time.
Best
Oh,
of
man, we're brilliant.
intentions.
I mean, this is like Tears for Fears meets
For beers.
Willie Nelson in a dark alley.
Ashless wind blows.
Ashless?
Ashless.
Assless chaps, bro.
Some days are gray.
Assless.
Too
wind.
cold for those assless chaps right now.
Wherever I go.
I think you were playing through Steve Schultz's Fender amp. I remember he was really impressed with the meaty sound. He said
This part is
our
tight.
demo was going to be
Like this song- I think that was the whole
meatier
song.
than any other freshman demo at the time.
Arcadia French.
I remember there weren't a lot of bands like in our grade or anything.
no.
So we got a lot of attention just for being in a band. We got a lot of support from our friends and stuff.
Yeah, it was either like death metal or just a single solo acoustic kind of band.
Or like solo trumpet.
Oh, I think I know who you're referring to.
Christian rock? Was there a Christian rock band?
There was some of that. Andy King.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
band was really good.
actively
I remember
playing.
that.
I remember
Yeah.
Amnesty International shows you guys would play, and then
Yes,
also
sir.
those bands would play. And shows
Lock
with
you outside.
Yeah, there were some jam bands too.
early
I
sweatshop
remember those, those
shows.
amnesty shows. It's like people would just come up and just do like poetry and
Yeah.
just everything simple, and then we'd come in, we'd go with a full with all the equipment.
Yeah, oh, there's my 700-pound amp,
Seriously. Heaviest possible
Another
amps.
dimension.
just in case you cannot hear it.
And it's not okay.
Here's the old flyer, Eric, for the Kitty Liver opened up for us.
From the outside.
Now, needlework, you know who I think was actually in that? Steve's Emily Bowen. I think she was involved with that. It
that's
was like
right.
an industrial active. It was a pretty diverse show, really cool mix.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a weird kind of link there.
It doesn't say what year. What year do you think that is?
That was
I was about to say.
95.
Yes.
That was before we recorded this.
You know, I remember all those names of the bands, but I don't remember the music of them.
Oh, yeah.
I like how the of is in
Normal.
cursive, but the rest of it is like
Oh,
printed.
that's all Mike, man.
Oh, yeah. Just give me a Sharpie. I'll do whatever you need.
Did each band get to write their own name?
No, I insisted it was me who wrote it.
I said, back off. Dharma Bums was like the high school janitor's
Yeah,
band.
Ted. Do you remember Ted? He was this like incredible
yeah.
Pink Floyd type of drummer, you know, really
oh,
epic
yeah, man.
timpani.
And he would talk avidly about that
yeah.
shit. And it'd be me and the janitor in the cafeteria
Just hearing him
talking
talk
about
yeah.
classic rock bands.
Just hearing Ted talk about playing the drums was like a show.
Oh, yeah, man, because you got to set them up flat. That's what he would tell me. You got to set them up flat.
Like you're cooking.
if you don't set them up flat, you're fucked. Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so I really like that original version of From the Outside. I
But
think
you're-
it warms
that-
my heart, like Chef Boyardee.
This is a compliment, by the way, but your voice has come a long way. 'Cause listening to that version and then the stuff you do now and that newest version you did, it's like
Thank you, Eric.
you're
I think so, too. You have a much sexier voice now.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Fantastic Bate Band was Steve Schultz and Mike James.
And they had a bass player too, but I forgot his name. But I
Yeah.
remember he did some high jumps while they were playing. Unthinkable.
Irresponsible.
Irrepressible. So I think we had some surprise to play for Eric as well.
Yeah, let's see what we can do.
That we
about
definitely
that.
wanted to talk about.
I don't like surprises.
But it's not a scary surprise like a clown in a sewer. It's more like
We have a son together.
yeah.
That's the
yeah. And his name is Guy Rick. No.
It's a stupid name, I know. But tell me a little bit about that surprise, Mike.
I think
Again?
it's at like 1460.
Oh, that one.
It was a good year.
That was 1460 was just all over the world.
Little
It was a great year.
pre-Columbus.
Let's take a look here. It's in here somewhere.
Pre-cum.
Yeah, here, I'm gonna steal this from
Yeah.
you guys.
This
Cue
might.
it up over here.
It's good. It'll come.
God.
It'll come this away.
14 what?
60.
You
50.
can't have 60 seconds.
50. 1450. So this is a live Edge of Jupiter.
Is that me on the right?
That menacing fellow on the right is you.
Downright intimidating.
Yeah, it was bald. Context. What is this?
This is the second Amnesty International concert. So this would have been
In the auditorium,
1996, the summer after we recorded the demo. Or almost,
Yeah.
May. It was in May, I think,
Yeah.
96.
I think this is the one from the flyer, right? That we just had. No, it's a different one.
It's the one after, the year after.
Is that a Strat?
Yeah, that's my Squire.
Nice.
Still got that thing?
Yeah, something.
Wow, that's awesome.
Nice.
It's some vintage Squire now.
I think I only have it. I don't think I have the Iceman anymore.
Oh, word.
That was, Mike pointed out that was Dom's bass player's bass.
Yeah, that's not my bass. I stole that one.
Kind of looks like a toy bass in your hands there.
And it was Smitty's drums.
Smitty's. I had just bought that drum set off of Smitty, so I no longer had to play Bubba's drum set. No one knows who these people are.
It's like you live in like Archie Comics or something.
Yeah. I really don't miss all that hair. I went through like 2 gallons of conditioner a day.
It's very high maintenance, that hair.
Yeah.
Were you using gravy for conditioner back then?
Only the graviest.
Sausage gravy. So, you always had a nice tone, man. Like a nice, heavy, classic rock kind of tone.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of the other guys were playing metal-y. Metal was pretty hip around then, but we always had more of a classic rock sound, pretty much thanks to Eric's guitar tone.
Yeah, we filled in the sound rather than riffed it out.
I was never into like that metal sound. What am I playing through there? Like,
Yeah, what champ is that?
is that I had a Fender amp. That gray carpet on it.
Like a little Fender Twin kind of amp?
Guys, like a little Neil Peart back there.
I would always wear dumb shit like suit jackets while drumming and stuff.
But you used to make your own t-shirts too, and I really respected that.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know. I've seen your pictures on Facebook. You still wear that stupid shit.
I had like a Led Zeppelin shirt that I bought at the like Woolworth or something.
Northgate.
Walgreens.
I think the light show is just enough to make your brain bleed.
Brainbleed, they were a good band.
Yeah,
They were good.
Yeah, they're actually up next.
I remember a kid getting his ass royally stomped in the hallway after this concert.
Oh.
By that dude Kevin.
Yeah, because he like stole his van or something.
Yeah, it was his buddy.
I don't know why I remember this shit.
I don't remember that at all.
It was like after we were walking around the hallway.
There was some like fight which was completely unrelated to our music, but probably inspired in some way.
Inspired by the Amnesty International.
Yeah, you know,
Tensions
peace
were
and
high.
freedom. Yeah.
So, that's some of that stuff.
Youth. I'm gonna steal your youth.
Yes.
Oh, I think
Steal
it's about
your
to go
hair.
down.
Oh yeah.
Me. 16 years old.
I remember you used to jam out a lot of Rage too, Rage Against the Machine. We used to jam through various bands before we would actually play and
I'm gonna
practice.
take your word for the Rage one. I don't remember that.
No, I do remember. It was like Rage, Nirvana.
Oh, Nirvana.
Um,
Nirvana was a staple.
Whatever, like a lot of
Weezer.
Green Day, Weezer.
Pretty
I'm
sure.
sure you're thinking of Rich Melizio.
Yeah.
Like, was in the Rage.
Oh yeah.
And do you remember when we jammed in Rich's basement too? And there was, I remember there was some like stuffed chimps down there.
Go on.
I have pictures to prove it.
And they had a hole in the back.
No, but they squeaked when you squeezed them.
You sure did.
They were always smiling.
Jazz.
Oh,
You were in jazz band
yeah.
at this point. We both were in like band, like school band.
I think I ended up like selling that bass to pay my car insurance or something really stupid.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Yeah. Oh.
You probably all know this one. My bad. Fuck. One more time.
Oh, I know this one.
Oh yeah.
I was
Speaking
right.
of fucking devil.
That's right.
I totally forgot that we played this. Yes. Yeah.
What? So did you jam with folks after high school and stuff?
Yeah, kinda. Actually, after college, so this is I was probably like 20, 21, 22. I started a band with Tom Blyer. Remember that?
Oh, nice.
No shit. What's Tom playing?
He learned the drums actually.
Nice.
He got pretty serviceable in the span of a few months.
And were you playing guitar?
Yeah, I'd play guitar and then just do the bass.
Nice.
It's like we just made some recordings in the basement.
What was the band name?
The Chemistry Company.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Dig it.
You went to school in Buffalo?
Yeah.
Nice. Did you go to shows in Buffalo?
Yeah. Nothing I remember. Were you playing out there in 2000?
We played this place Palmary's in Niagara Falls. I remember that.
And then
Kind of a dive, but it was pretty cool.
another dive, Merlin's.
Merlin's, Buffalo. Where else?
Palmary's in Niagara Falls.
I want to say it was Niagara Falls. But maybe the bands we played with were from Niagara Falls.
No, it was. I think it was in Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one we played mostly originals,
Yeah.
but the one before we played like all covers. I remember afterwards we were like, "Guy, you're a fucking retard. We should have played more original music." And I was like, "No way. We got to play out like lots of covers."
But that's what the people pay to see.
I lived in Las Vegas for 7 years, and I just saw so many lounge bands, just all cover bands. It's all cover bands.
What was the best cover band that you saw there?
Best cover band? But I did get to see Imagine Dragons before
yeah.
they were big. They're playing at a lounge. They're just like a lounge act at that point. And I remember thinking, like, these guys could go somewhere.
They're pretty awesome.
Yeah.
They're from Vegas.
Nice.
I always wondered about, like, because I remember somebody recorded this at some point back then, and I always wondered who it was and if it still existed.
What happened to it?
My dad was pretty much recorded like a good majority of our stuff back
Yeah.
then. It was a
Yeah.
pretty big deal. We played once every year or so. So like, although I do remember those little like acoustic shows, the Amnesty acoustic shows. Remember those, Andy?
Somewhere there's video. There's some video of that.
There was one in particular that Andy made a big impact on some of the people performing that night.
I forgot about that.
Remember that? So, because Andy was a little younger than us, and he went to a different high school and stuff. So, you went to Odyssey then too, right?
Yeah, but it caused problems because he worked in the dairy department
Where
at
you were.
Wegmans, and I worked in the grocery department. And this kid hated me for years because I left.
Go ahead and say his name, and I can blurt it out later. What the hell? Brian
Wilkins.
Wilkins.
Oh, Winky.
Brian Wilkins.
So he would come down to the Amnesty shows and play trumpet. You know, most people would play acoustic guitar. And you'd usually get up there and you go, "Okay, this one's by John Coltrane," and he would just have all this like the most obscure, like so heavy, like, dude, you're way ahead of us, man. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It sounded like an elephant copulating kind
And then
of.
it would be kind of a rough, kind of 14-year-old John Coltrane going on.
Yeah.
And it was hard, man, to not. And
Here's
Andy-
here's a 15-minute song by Miles Davis.
Oh man,
I
I
was
was.
just laughing, man. I was laughing about some
we were
other
like,
stuff.
Andy, you gotta stop, dude. Seriously, he's
I'm like
looking at you.
crying, laughing. All these people are looking at me and like getting mad, and I just kept like crying, laughing so
Yeah.
hard I couldn't breathe.
He had a really big head too.
Oh yeah.
He was very, very comical.
Like his
at the
eyes
time.
were like dish plates. He just had a really big head.
Yep, Coke bottle
Yeah.
glasses.
Yeah, that's what it was.
the whole
Coke.
9 yards.
Yeah, and we were in jazz band with him too for a little while.
Mm-hmm. It's a pretty different experience.
And it would be the same. Like occasionally he would just start jamming with us. We'd be like playing whatever,
yeah.
some Nirvana shit, and he would start playing that stuff
Mm-hmm.
over the Nirvana type shit.
Do you remember coming up like during lunchtime to the jazz room with me and Mike every once in a
Yeah.
while, and we would make some like fucking real rock noise in there, and the choir guy would come over from next door.
Shout out, Tro.
Shout out, Tro.
Shout out.
Shout out, Tro. I don't know if my thing's
So
going,
we just
Tro.
did
We're
You're
trying
not
to
gonna be able to
say
hear yourself.
Can't
hear
right
shit.
Flow. So thank you,
Great
Eric.
interview with
It was
Eric.
awesome.
He's
I-
just as cool as he ever was.
He's infinitely amazing. It was great
Good
talking
man.
to Eric.
We played a
Good
song
man.
called Comet with him.
We
That's one of
did.
his compositions. And
Yeah.
it's a super cool song. I
disturbing
can't
my
stop
choir.
thinking
You've
about
got
how
to
cool
go.
is.
It was awesome.
So make sure you check out edgeofjupiter.com
Yeah.
/podcast.
Keep listening to
And,
the Edge of Jupiter Satellite Burn
Amazingly catchy. Like,
podcast
to this day,
for
every
more.
day
if
of
I
your
pick up an
life.
acoustic guitar,
For the
listen
rest.
to it. I'm off that.
And listen to our music.
And thanks, Andy, for being
Segue to
your
Q&A.
part.
Oh, thanks for having me, boys.
He makes this so nice.
Kind of a really old fucking thing here.
That.
I haven't even listened to this yet, so let's see what we got.
Play it all. I want to hear all of it.
This is a file that I call Granddaddy's.
Do you remember
Because-
Granddaddy's?
What it was
It was we practiced in my grandfather's basement. And it was really loud and like cold type of spidery basement, but we made it rock.
he
and-
lived near the Ling Road, is that it? No.
like the stone. And we he was deaf, so he couldn't hear us
Yeah.
playing.
I never saw him either.
Yeah, it worked pretty well.
You guys have been lying to me this whole time about that. There's a
Well, there's an old man up there, okay? Just shut up. He can't hear.
D7.
Yes. Ooh.
Is this entire thing? Is it like the whole practice?
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you, sir. Cider? This is an entire practice from that era in Mike's basement. Sounds pretty bad. We're arguing 100% of the time. Like,
Who's it? The three of us, or is anyone else
just
there?
the three of us.
Yeah, at this time.
Who was the band leader?
I was the biggest dickhole.
Definitely true.
But Mike Mike was the vision. Mike like would come up with ideas for like
It was like a
Shit.
definitely like Guy and I were like checks and balances for each other.
and Eric usually had the only good songs.
Yeah.
Like good riffs.
Eric is just like, well, this riff's awesome.
He'd be like, I wrote this and then on the toilet, and then we would play it and we'd be like, holy fuck.
Yeah. Then we'd be on the toilet.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh God. This makes me think of John Denver on a flying carpet.
Me too. This tastes like communion wine.
Yeah, you guys want to try some dude at my work?
Pretty good. Homemade hooch.
It's just some old apple juice. It's not bad.
Yeah. I really, really like this vocal melody. Like, especially when you get into the what I think is like the chorus part. When did you come up with this? Like, do you recall it?
Yeah, what's this song about?
Yes.
Can't give you anything about this. You keep all the old lyric sheets,
So yeah, somewhere we have the lyrics for this.
scribbles,
Yeah.
and doodles.
Yeah, this was a really cool tune. Do you remember Second Time Around?
I do now.
Do you have that one too?
I might have it like on tape.
It might
or
be
some
even
shit.
in this practice somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe.
was that your song?
No, that was another. We just called it that, but it was one of your riffs, and it was another one that was more rocking, heavier, but it was really cool.
Kind of like more punk,
Yeah.
pop punk influence, like Green Day type.
I guess that's what I brought to the band. I don't know. I never knew if you guys actually liked, because I know you guys didn't really like.
Oh, we
Green Day
loved
that
it.
much.
I fucking despise them. But I learned to like them a lot more.
I always
over the
dug
years.
their bass player, Mike
They're pretty, and the drummers,
Yeah.
obviously.
Billy Joe's voice kind of wore on me for a while, but I think as a band they were way better than a lot of what is considered something today.
They're still playing.
Yeah,
All those bands.
respect.
They're still-
I definitely respect that.
My favorite song from that is "In Illusion" from that album you guys made.
In Illusion from Both Worlds.
And does that have? I was listening to it the other day. Does that have like a riff from the outside in it, like buried inside of it?
I don't think so. Maybe we'd have to hear. You'd have to point out what riff.
provocative.
Yeah.
Because Steve Schiltz, God bless him, we gave him some brand new cassettes to record to 4-track.
Some TDKs.
But we gave Steve like nice, like sweet tapes, like to track our demo on. And he didn't use them. He recorded over some U2 shit that he had, like an album or something. And so the tape ran out at the end while we were doing it.
Yeah,
and Steve was like, "Yeah, it ran out. So your song's like 11 seconds now."
Steve was like,
I'm gonna keep these real nice tapes that you gave me, and I'll just record over my old junky tapes. You guys dig? All right, cool.
"That's cool. It's gonna be $50." Which is a hell of a deal.
Oh,
in
yeah.
retrospect, we really made out on that.
adjust for inflation and fame.
Yeah. Like it or not, we're putting his name right on there.
Heck yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna play An Illusion next because it's a shorty.
Yeah.
We're 15 here. I think that's pretty damn good, man.
Not even 20 years on the planet, and we were destroying it.
Fucking A.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that bass player
yeah.
makes me moist.
That was crazy.
And was this recorded on just like a tape recorder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in
We
the
used
corner or something?
cassette tapes and
Some
micro.
Panasonic shit.
Didn't we use micro cassettes too sometimes?
Do
For
you
the high
like
quality.
CDs or
I don't
cassettes?
know. Like, kids today, I don't know. Now you can put an entire high definition recording
Yeah, on your
together.
Like
It's on your phone,
instantly.
yeah. On your phone, edit it.
Video, everything.
We're sitting recording on the freaking answering machine.
Yeah. Your voicemail can be an EP. Well, I was definitely swept away by Swept Away. I mean that in all sincerity. I really dig that track. I think that track should be actually fully produced at some point.
Yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely.
You're the one in the band.
Well, I mean, with your blessing, of course.
Yeah.
So did you fly here?
I did. And I'm not gonna say it. Boy, my arm's tired. I'm not gonna say it. Shot somebody, please.
The entire East Coast is fucked with snow.
Yeah, how long have you been in Baltimore?
A little under 2 years.
Right on.
Yeah. Just living back in the cold weather. It's no thanks.
No thanks.
My parents are trying to get me moved back.
Yeah.
Just
Right on.
Where
I
it's
told
just
them
a
I'd
little
put it outside and
colder.
see what's going on outside.
Yeah. My friend Steve lives in Baltimore. He works for, I guess, the federal government now, doing
Science.
like tests terrible shit on mice and stuff. Like, it's very interesting work, but it's kind of mean.
Yeah.
He loves it.
The city is overrun by mutant mice when they all know who to blame.
They're all
Human ears on their
blinded
back.
by science.
So you said you were working at a casino in Baltimore?
Yeah.
Holy shit! I didn't know there were casinos in Baltimore.
Oh,
So
yeah.
fu-
Yeah,
much I know.
Maryland. Yeah, Maryland just got table games recently.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
So
So are you a card dealer?
Part-time, yeah, I deal cards and also I supervise.
Make sure the shit's going down right.
That's awesome.
And if they need me to, I'll break some kneecaps.
There you go.
Right on.
If you shaved your head again, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. They'd be running.
Yeah, it looked pretty tough.
Do you deal all kind of card games or specific games?
Mainly blackjack and
How'd you end up doing that?
Yeah.
This was after I graduated, and I was just kind of looking for something to do. Because I went to school for film.
Oh.
Yeah. And I don't know. That kind of I put that on the back burner for a while.
Right on.
And I got a job at the casino in Niagara Falls. And I kind of just fell into that and kept doing that. And
Cool.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think I gave up on my film career.
Back burner for a
The
while.
back burner.
It's all good.
Yeah.
You
all
made
the
some
way.
in school? You made some films in school and stuff?
Yeah, a couple of student films, which I don't even know where they are anymore.
Oh.
I know. At that point, it's like it was right before like digital, so everything was on film, and
All right.
so I have some things like on film, but
Yeah.
you just can't I can watch this.
Right. Everyone gather around when it dim the lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting depressed now. What do you guys end up doing anyway? You're a nurse?
Yeah, I'm a nurse now. I'm a psych nurse.
A male nurse?
Yeah, I'm a nurse.
Merce.
Yeah.
Is that, do you like to be called mercenaries?
Yeah, yeah.
Mercenary.
And Guy, what do you do?
City fireman.
That's cool.
Yeah. I love it. It's a really cool job. Fun. And yeah, it's weird. It's
Yeah.
really weird how stuff turns out.
Yeah.
Right after high school, I didn't go right to college though. I like went right to work, and a bunch of other bad decisions.
Yeah, I worked for a while too, and then I went back to school.
I think you were like destroying cars for a while. Like mostly, were you doing that was Guy destroying cars in high school?
Yeah.
Because
I
I know
destroyed
you
my first car in high
destroyed.
school.
I feel like you've had more cars than anyone I've ever known.
It's probably a pretty good bet. I've had over 20 cars.
Cars and hats.
That's a lot of cars. A lot of hats.
But I remember those years after high school where like you worked at like Funland or something.
Funscape.
Escape to the fun.
And I remember like sitting with you in a car being a teenager and just watching you fall asleep as we're driving.
Yeah. Do you remember
I
that?
remember crashing. I remember you were driving me home and in the Geo. And you fucking slid into some snow, like going up to my street. We were on Dewey Avenue, and you fucking crashed. And I was just like sitting there. I'm like, "Hey, man, what are you doing? Crashing."
Wakey.
But it's like
This
you
is
were.
my stop.
But I definitely remember being in some crashes, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember like me driving and you being with me, and I crashed.
Oh yeah, we took turns crashing cars.
But
guys crash any cars?
Guy made up for that though when we played in Boston with Edge of Jupiter, because I remember that retro van wasn't
Man,
it broke down and you actually fixed it
that was
so we
I
could
was
get
so
back to
happy.
Rochester.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was a
could
very
die now.
rewarding experience.
Oh, something about those old vans.
Yeah.
There's a
2 bolts and your nuts. or
my
whatever.
nuts.
Yeah.
And some more of my nuts. In about 10 minutes. That worked out really good.
Yeah, that worked out really well.
Chris actually had a van like that too. Same kind of van.
Yeah.
82?
Didn't you store the
83?
was it
Which
was
van?
yeah.
The-
man.
the-
And you stored the
brown
seat
cookie?
with that for
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
van in like our practice room. It was like our little couch.
It's like an 82 Chevy
Yeah.
van. Just big, like an ice cream sandwich color. Like, had like a middle peanut butter layer in the middle and like chocolate on top.
You had an Astro van, didn't you, Mike?
No, I had like a bus kind of van, and it had too much glass. It was just a big. I mean,
Did it
it,
have,
it
like, a
was
sharp
glass
angle
bus?
on the front.
It had
Or
like
is that
a
an Astro van?
like a
yeah.
flat front.
It was really bad in the snow. If there was like an inch of snow, it would get stuck. But it was useful for other reasons. I mean,
I'm just gonna play it. This is from In Illusion.
oh, In Illusion, Edge of Jupiter, both worlds.
Secret song. That's funky.
Yeah. it's funky. I was sitting at my desk the other day. This had on shuffle. This came on. I was like,
Why do I feel like I've heard this? Like, I have this on tape or something. It's maybe one of like the recordings I have.
Oh, nice.
I have very
That's
few
doesn't that sound like
Edge
that's
of
the entire
Jupiter,
song?
Parasia songs.
Parasia.
That's no.
Do you have, you know, the song, the Edge song, Eyes on Oblivion, with
Let's take a look.
the special vocals?
I think I do.
I wonder
Very
I wonder if
special.
Eric remembers this one.
this. When I was listening, when I re-listened to it, I was like, what? This is like. This I forgot to. That was one of the things that I remember listening to this, and I was like, wow.
Fuck yeah. Wait for it. We did not get high.
No,
We didn't touch one. I emphasize that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
See, you were doing auto-tune before. it was
Yeah.
cool.
We were the original Kanye.
Kanye, man.
Yeah.
So, everybody in high school, I'm pretty sure, and thought we were getting stoned every day.
Yeah. We always used to get called stoners, and we didn't really do anything
No.
except
No.
play music and make funny noises with it.
It's funny. Yeah. But hey, people
Yeah. People.
I wonder,
stereotype.
do you think people remember the band?
I think
Besides,
It's
like,
funny, man.
Yeah.
are
It's,
they a little circle?
I
Like,
had I ran into Brian Cardone, and yeah, we were talking about this stuff a lot and just catching up, and I think it's a big part of what people remember from back then.
yeah.
It was like, I feel like after emo kind of got popular, there were a ton more bands,
yeah.
like young
Yeah.
kid bands.
Well, you know, you go on YouTube and it's just like everybody's
Wait.
playing something.
Yeah, but
12-year-old girls.
back then it was a little more uncommon.
Yeah.
We were
Uncommon.
made to feel kind of different for it. You
Yeah,
know?
we were scratching at the
Oh, but
underground.
I think those emo kids feel the same.
Everybody does, right?
Everybody feels that different.
Oh, I was there in the beginning.
Everybody feels different.
Well, that's the crazy thing. is
You
that-
guys, though, were the first people to put emotions into music, which I think was like
I second
That
that,
was-
emotion.
that was like
was our
what put you
innovation.
guys above the rest was that you put emotions in it.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, you're maybe a little biased, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, then some years later, we recorded another version with Jay and Neil and Ben from the outside.
From the outside?
Yeah, and I think I don't
Oh,
remember if
that-
we gave you that
no,
one.
I
Yeah,
listened to
but
that.
that was entirely based on the first one, and that was not recorded at Guy's house.
We tried, but they called the police on us. That's not in there.
Did you guys record this yourselves? Or is it a Watchman or something?
GFI Studios.
Yeah, GFI with Savvy.
But yeah, it's Phil Kearney. It was 2002.
He was he recorded you? He was your tech?
He was the engineer.
Guru.
Where's that GFI?
It's in Ontario.
This guy Tony Gross, really nice guy.
Yeah, really cool.
It's a really nice studio, and it's not expensive. So it was kind of the next step for us. It kind of made sense to go there because it wasn't pricey.
We probably wouldn't even have done that if we had never recorded that initial demo, you know?
I don't think so. Yeah.
You sound more like a man. But I like the more raw version better. I like
Original.
And I like the way you drum on the original one better. Nice. This one, like, it sounds really crispy, and it sounds like it doesn't have soul like the other one. It's got some fucking. It's got some living room in it.
Studio album.
This
like
part
a
reminds
corpse.
me of Disney. Under the sea, man.
So I'm thinking more like Universal.
Yeah.
Like Universal Studios, like a ride from the outside.
And you're having fun, right?
But then, if there was a ride for the first song, it would be like behind tops. Like, and you'd sit in a shopping cart and somebody run you around. But it would be more fun. Like, I think the first version is more fun than this. Fuck some good parts. I think it's better to hang out behind tops or like behind North Gate. We used to hang out.
Yeah. Same lyrics, right? Yeah.
Hey, got that little thing in there.
Yeah. And the harmonies.
So we were a 5-piece band at this point. We had a didgeridoo player and percussionist. This guy Ben Saina. And he would like liven it up. He would do like
anything.
Tons of shit.
He played just various auxiliary percussion, keyboard, guitar, didgeridoo.
Was he actually a musician, or was he just making noise?
And some of the time you'd be like, what is he doing? Like, he brought a big metal sign.
He would shake
and
the
he would
sign.
shake the shit out of the sign.
And he had this gourd with all these beads on it, and he would shake it.
And people like, wow, like just blowing their minds. Like,
oh, yeah. This is the part where we gaze at our shoes.
did you have effects pedals back in the day?
Yeah. I remember I bought some kind of effects box. I don't remember if I ever used it in the band.
I don't remember you having pedals. Did you?
Might have been after I got 86th.
Yeah, I think you used a foot switch most of the time for your amp
Yeah,
distortion.
I just had the amp distortion. And no, I had like a flanger, I think. Yeah, but I was never I never had a lot of like effects.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite effect?
Reverb, burr, burr, burr.
What are you doing? Okay.
That was cool.
What's your most recent material? Like, how many albums, like proper albums, do you have right now?
We're working on technically the 6th.
Yeah, which we're probably gonna divide up into 2 EPs rather than one full length. So it'll be like 6 point.
How do I get a hold of like any old stuff?
That's a good
I'll
question.
just give them to you.
Yeah, we'll give it to you.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll give it to you.
Oh yeah. So I think it's really like amazing that you're able to come and
yeah.
do this,
we
man.
wanted to start this whole podcast with the OG, and you're one of the OGs. So you were there when this whole conception started. So we really wanted you to be a part of it, and we definitely appreciate you doing that.
Well, yeah. This was a pretty influential time in my life too.
Absolutely.
I still think like I love playing in front of crowds and
yeah,
and
you were definitely a natural at it. Like, it was, we rocked it.
And anytime I like need to get in front of a crowd, I always think back to, playing these shows and saying if I've been in front of people before, I can.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was weird because you don't think about it that much, but I mean that first Amnesty, that was the first maybe bigger show. There's a few hundred kids there.
Yeah.
And then like the talent show.
The talent show was
full auditorium.
Crazy. Yeah.
For homecoming. So how many kids? It's like 700 or 500.
It reminded me of that movie theater scene from the first Gremlins movie where they're just all in there throwing popcorn and just there's 10,000 of them.
I remember the lights being super bright and I could not see anybody.
Exactly. And they were watching Snow White or whatever.
This is a newer song called Mile Marker that me and Mike just wrapped up. Chris engineered it.
Yes, thank you, Chris.
No problem.
We recorded it in this room. This might be a little loud. Let's find out. Let's try this one.
Oh, okay. This is Mile Marker.
I'm not afraid of myself. Someone's got a hold of me now. Make it feel unreal to go out.
There we go.
I'm not about to die young. You were old, I remember it well. You are on my mind, but I'm in the ground.
Who's playing on this?
I'm playing guitars and drums and bass on this one.
Guy produced most of this. Most recently, I did the backing vocals on this one and the harmonies in the chorus.
I originally started it as a demo just to get these songs to tape, and then they were sounding really nice.
That sounds great, Chris.
So I started laying in other instruments. And the plan is Mike's going to go back and put in his bass lines.
And there's a few songs that we haven't recorded yet that we're hopefully going to record really soon. Song about, guy?
Steve Link.
That's what I was thinking. I just didn't want to say it unless you.
From his perspective. He's from my mom. I've been kind of obsessed with ancient alien stuff lately.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I think that stuff's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a lot of that kind of stuff.
Why do you say ancient? Ancient? Like aliens are kind of timeless. Like, are you trying to dress up aliens and make aliens make it sound less fucking weird by calling them ancient
steampunk aliens?
Like I think
that's a great.
I think that's just like for you to classify the aliens that you're talking about.
Well, no,
like
no.
I feel like kind of that's a little weird.
1950s alien.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They just
I'm
like
more
drive
into the
Cadillacs and
ancient
live in the
aliens.
suburbs.
I specialize in ancient or medieval aliens.
Country western aliens.
I like all the other aliens.
I like aliens.
Aliens.
So that's the most recent completed.
Yeah.
That sounds great. I always found it interesting that you stuck with the name Edge of Jupiter. Like,
Yeah, it all came from a very epic and unusual place.
Yeah.
From a dream.
Yeah, I had a bunch of weird dreams about Jupiter when we were like freshmen, and I was obsessed with that junk, and I don't know, it kind of stuck. Mike liked the name, and
I dug it. It's like Edge of Jupiter. What? That's what? That's Edge of Jupiter. That's basically what I thought. It's just,
and I was like, yeah.
It just sounded just so epic to me. I was just like, what are you gonna do? You just have to take it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, do it.
That's what you always say.
Space.
We'll just have to take it.
Yeah.
When we were together, it started what? Assassin's Bullets?
Assassin's
Yes.
Bullets.
Well, you were Assassin's Bullets before I got in there.
We were?
I think so.
Yeah, that
Me,
was the
you-
like when you were drumming on your couch and I was
Yeah.
writing songs on a
Oh,
notebook.
Pete Wessel was playing
Yeah,
guitar.
Peter Wessel.
Yeah,
He
well,
still plays, I think, but I don't know when.
He's a heck of a guy. He's
try to contact him.
yeah. He works at
I think he's a therapist now, like occupational
occupational therapist now.
Yeah, we definitely.
Yeah, jobby job.
Rock and roll.
I have some Assassin's Bullets.
Yeah, was that when we played with Dom, or was that before that?
I think we kept that name for a little while, and then we realized it was stupid.
Yeah, it's like we're not like bullet gun people. And plus, spelling assassins is really weird. There's 2 asses in it. I just didn't. That never sat well with me.
One ass too many. And then there was Parousia came after that, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes, Par Asia.
And I was in that with when Rich
Yeah,
was in Parousia.
and Rich was in Paris.
Yeah.
And Rich played at one of the amnesties too, right?
First one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember Rich put his little PV Rage guitar amp through one of my giant Fender bass amps, and it was just like wall of sound. It was very towering.
Those little Fender amps kick ass.
Yeah.
Those little 6-inch speaker or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had a PV Rage. That was like the
Rich
same size
still
speaker.
plays. He's in a band now. I just forgot which.
Oh, yeah?
band. Yeah.
Yeah, he does play with Brian Lucier.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, those guys are rocking it.
Brian Lucier's sister was hot.
I'm sure she's
Jennifer Lucier? Yeah.
She got Facebook. How you spell Lucier? It's funny, man. It's like little kids fucking around with tape recorders now. Like that used to be like the funniest thing you could do.
Yeah.
But now like, old people trying to FaceTime is way funnier.
Speaking of old people trying to FaceTime, how's your mom?
Whose mom? I didn't. Was that
Yeah.
directed at, at me?
That was just the
It's to the audience.
existential mom.
How's your
joke.
mom? Audience.
Yeah.
That
Call
was
your
Anybody
mom.
listening out there? Yeah, call
How's
You
your
can-
mom,
You can
audience?
pause it. Just call her.
Have you called her yet?
Wait.
Hello, dear.
Did you listen to that podcast?
I'm fine, thank you.
Did you even have original songs at this point, or what?
That's what I was wondering. Do you have any
No,
original
did,
garage?
Did you have any original songs as a band?
We did. We had like, but they were sort of like the skeletons of songs where we would
Yeah.
jam off of some riffs and lyrics,
Mhm.
but they never quite made it into the top 40.
I remember the first one that we all wrote as a band was Best Medicine.
Yeah, and
Best
then
Medicine.
Silence.
Yeah.
Remember?
And Silence. Silence never made it that far. Best Medicine we still did up until the mid 2000s, and we still play
Oh,
it.
yeah?
Yeah.
I remember when we were jamming with
Let's get a
Rich.
taste. Just give us a taste.
Well, Best Medicine.
I remember when we jammed with Rich in Rich's basement. We jammed off this one song that we called "Guy and His Girlfriend," and it was just sort of like a country song,
yeah.
like. I do remember that. I'm sure that's somewhere we recorded that.
Aaron.
Yes.
I was just like,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Now I'm
that's
very
funny.
impressed with your with your memory.
this guy and his fiance.
Yeah.
Regrettably, I don't have Best Medicine.
Oh,
This time.
well.
I think I have Best Medicine.
Yes, I would love to
At my-
hear
at
anything
my-
you
at
got.
my
I
house,
think
my
I have
parents'
best medicine.
If you got any of that old stuff, man, I would love to, because I'm always trying to put it together. And
Yeah.
But pretty soon
Save it.
you'll be able to find all this stuff on the website.
oh my God, Andy.
I just shat an iPhone.
Make a wish.
So yeah, we've
done quite a bit.
I'll definitely send those Best Medicines to you too, and I'll just keep sending you crap every time I
Yeah.
find it.
Oh, yeah.
You said there was another song we did at Dynamic that Eric also played in.
Yeah, let me locate this one here.
So we did
Oh.
at least 2, maybe 3 songs
I
at
think-
Dynamic with you.
This is kind of a weird outtake here.
Yeah.
Let's see if it works.
Oh, it's sounding weird.
Hey guys, it's Jason, and I got some good news for you, my friend. Juno got to work with Sean. You don't got to work with John on Sunday.
Was that Jay McCall?
Yeah,
Was that Peter?
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
It was fun.
Good
All right,
boy.
that's enough of that.
Wow.
So, let me find that other one there.
Oh, the dynamic?
Yeah.
You should have taken over that place, man. Call it Guynamic.
It's closer to your house.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to do it.
So you do a lot with keyboards now and other effects now, or is it mainly keep it?
Well, it's still mostly guitar, bass, vocals, guitar, bass layering, and some samples. But we do occasionally like to use keyboard, percussion, and pretty much whatever. I think we wanted to jam with somebody who is in one of Guy's bands who plays clarinet.
Yeah.
Soon.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be cool.
for one of the songs we're recording.
Clarinet, huh?
Yeah.
Like ironically clarinet, or actually like a melody?
Yeah. Actual
Oh yeah.
You going actual?
We going full clarinet.
But it's ironic.
Yeah. It's a woodwind, right? Isn't it? Anything with a reed is a woodwind.
I think so.
I know something about a thing.
Yeah, you were in jazz.
Yeah,
band,
I was in
you
the
know?
jazz band.
You would win if a woodwind could win. Would. A would win. Would. How many woods would a wind wind if a wind wind could wind wind would?
Oh. Remember this, Eric?
Yeah, I think Jay-Z ripped this off.
I think Dracula
You record
ripped this off.
at Dynamic. Actually, I listened to this just recently on your website. It's on your website. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Oh shit! Gotta do something about that. Yeah, this song is called "Vampire Bike Ride."
Part 7.
Vampire Weekday.
This is when the bluegrass guys were looking at us like,
You fellows really need to speed it up. So this is Steve Lake, Eric, Guy, and Mike.
I don't know. I think I like this least of your like.
It's definitely a B or a C side.
That's weird.
this is not your style of rock and roll, Andy.
Wait, did he say my name? Was this me?
Did I sing it?
Is this me?
Oh, you were in this. Yeah, you were playing the guitar.
I don't know.
Yes, it is.
Well, that's all you.
It's from Dynamic.
This is dynamic.
Oh yeah.
Singing all this crazy.
1996.
Yeah. And it was free. It was like an open mic night.
It was like $10. They charged you for the cassette tapes.
The words are about like empty hallways and like missing chambers or something, and like
Yeah, I was kind of in a goth sort of
Legend of Zelda.
Legend of Goth.
no. When I try to write words, it's usually about like darkness or like go to like feeling pain when trusting not.
What?
It's like I think I've written this.
Oh, there's a cool breakdown
Oh,
coming
yeah.
up. This is the part where you got to do the Charleston.
So-
Solo coming up. So there's gonna be some E-rock.
Definitely not me.
This is
How long? So
Don't you recognize
said
your
this would
own
be $10,
nastiness?
and you guys just went in and you get to play it once.
Yeah.
You get to play 2 songs, and one song will be on one side of the tape, the other one on the other side.
$5 a song.
They would just give you one master tape. They would give you the master tape.
Master tape. And this was the B side. What was the A side?
The A side was Revive.
Yeah.
So you guys could have done an entire album if you just would have been like given it 8 weeks or something.
If we went every week, yeah.
They wanted $60 per hour.
Yeah, they were.
For the actual studio. We were
Earth
like,
hours?
Fuck you.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Who clapped?
It was the bluegrass people.
All right. That's it.
Cool.
We covered a lot of ground here today.
We did.
It's the wrong way out.
Do you remember Evan recording at Evan Hart's?
Now you're just screwing with me.
Did Eric?
You're just
was
throwing out
Eric-
random people.
Do you remember Beelzebrian?
He's real.
Wait, what is it's the wrong way out, it's the right way in mean? Wait, I'm like,
Don't go there.
what does it mean?
I think it's about like a one-way sign.
No, it's
The
not.
fuck, Mike? You're gonna tell us what your song's really
Is it
about? or
about-
what?
Yeah.
Penis holes?
No, it's not about sex.
Now you're just
No,
making
it's
shit
about
up.
city planning.
Yeah, it's about like a grid system in like a medium-sized city.
It's about those ear cones you can get that you have to set on fire. But it's dangerous. I think it's dangerous.
Candle? Ear candle?
Ear candles. Ear cones. They're cones.
Ear cream cones.
Creme cones. I just feel like my ears should have cones in them. But it's the wrong way out, you know?
It's the right way in.
It's the right way in for sounds, not for cones.
I always picture like maracas in this song.
Some mariachi horns.
Where's this recording from?
Yeah, where was
Evan Hart's house.
And he had his mom was there.
Calm down, Eric. Calm down.
And I remember he had like a little tiny lapdog named Jonathan.
I think I do remember that. Why were we recording it?
We were really broke at the time and didn't have any like recording devices.
Oh, because he had his equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was pretty jazzed about his equipment. He was like, it's huge.
My little lapdog, Jonathan.
Jonathan.
This is my equipment. This is my drum set. His name is
Yeah, we did this in Evan's basement.
Yeah. That's why it sounds so good.
Like Evan's basement.
Tape recorder.
He spent a lot of time in decking it out down there. Like, he put up those sound dividers and stuff. He had like a little glass booth where he had his cassette tape recorder.
And he was into it too. I remember
Yeah.
as soon as he put the headphones on, he was like,
he would stare relentlessly at us while we recorded, which is unnerving. Chris doesn't do that, which
No,
is
no.
a really nice.
it's a much more comfortable
thing.
experience.
Sometimes I'm like, could you stare at me weirdly? I need that right now. We did 2 songs this day. We did this song and Predestinate.
Oh, do you have Predestinate?
I do.
The guitar solo you played in that, actually on this whole album, Both Worlds, our first album, you did some pretty amazing solos. They should all be spotlighted.
So this was actually the first time we all recorded together with the intent, like, of making a little, like, an album. Or
Yeah.
This was 95, I think. Probably May or June of 95.
This dog.
Jonathan. never even saw the ocean, man.
The time that I went to the ocean.
You did?
Yeah, I did. It was in Maine.
And there was hurricanes.
The year was 1904.
They don't even get hurricanes in Maine. Right?
They get
Rarely.
They get hurricanes.
Rarely they get hurricanes. So are you lying about the lyrics?
All right, I'll tell you what Mike's song's about. He's not going to do it. This is about, he told me this anyways, that this was about the time he came to visit me at Fairhaven. Well, I used to go to Fairhaven every summer with my grandpa, and we would go there for a week and camp out and shit. Do things
This
together.
one time I came up there to hang out. We were hanging out with these dudes that were also camping, Ed and Bob. And we were just hanging out at the beach talking about whatever. And it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And all of a sudden, I think it was like you or one of the other dudes was like, did you guys feel like a drop? I think it's going to rain. And then like literally like 10 seconds later, there was a fucking hurricane. Like the sand was like all tornadoing around us and the water was shooting at us. And we were all just like covering up our eyes because you couldn't see.
We all had backwards baseball caps on, remember? And they all flew off at the same time and like flew across into the pond. And we just like started running.
So we're all just yelling,
It's
oh, fuck!
Oh, God,
So we hid in like the state park bathroom to try to get away, and it was locked. We had to like hide under the overhang or something, and tree branches and shit are flying by. So yeah,
It knocked out the power to the whole campground.
Yeah,
and they said it was a hurricane.
they said it was like the lowest level. It was like a water spout, but we were like right in the middle of it.
So that's what the damn song's
that's
about.
what the damn song's about.
Yeah, why were you being coy?
Yeah, well, you're playing hard to get.
You know how I do.
I thought this was about predestin, which is like from diaper rash. It's like this salve that you can rub on. It's what you rub on like a rash or a eruption.
Salve.
I'm predestin.
Nice
It's like
job,
that's
guys.
when it's like you have like a.
All right.
We did it.
Is anyone sore?
My butt's a little sore.
It was worth it.
That's good though. You probably got like 5 minutes of usable material.
Yeah, we're gonna have to par that down to at least maybe three and a
Yeah,
half.
at least 3 hours.
Oh, we didn't get any of that. Let's say it's just playing the tape right now. Well, thanks, dude.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Oh, thank you guys. This was just what I needed. I just turned 35 like a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
Nice.
happy birthday,
Yeah,
man.
right. Congrats, man.
Yeah.
Is it the fourth? Second?
The second.
Second.
Oh, right on. Groundhog Day, right?
Groundhog Day.
Excellent.
Sick.
I couldn't hear it with my earphones.
So we can definitely jam too if you want to just cut loose and do something. And if not, that's cool too. But we got it all set up.
Yeah,
so
whatever's
Whatever
clever.
you want to do. It's cool.
Yeah, we'll play something.
Nice.
Shout out, Tro.
Shout out, Tro.
Shout out.
Shout out, Tro. I don't know if my thing's going.
So we just
Tro.
did you're
might
not
just-
gonna be able to hear yourself.
Just can't hear
right
shit.
So thank you,
Great
Eric.
interview with
It was
Eric, man.
awesome.
He's
I-
just as cool as he ever was.
He's infinitely amazing. It was great
Good
talking
man.
to Eric.
We played a
Good
song
man.
called Comet with him.
We
That's one of
did.
his compositions. And it's
Yeah.
a super cool song. I can't stop thinking about how cool it is.
It was awesome.
So make sure you check out edgeofjupiter.com
Yeah.
/podcast.
Keep listening to
And,
the Edge of Jupiter Satellite Burn podcast for
every
more.
day of your life.
For the
Listen
rest.
to it. And listen to our music.
And thanks, Andy, for being your part.
Oh, thanks for having me, boys.
He makes this so nice.
That.
Beep. Beep.
I'll try not to laugh when you see it crashing, flaming towards the ground.
Oh, thank you guys. Awesome. Been meaning to hear that for 13 years. Oh, are you recording this?
Congratulations, you've been enjoying the latest installment of the Satellite Burn podcast, possibly the most important podcast in the galaxy pertaining to the legendary and relatively obscure rock band Edge of Jupiter. Get all of your Edge of Jupiter music, shirts, and booking info on the World Wide Web at www.edgeofjupiter.com. Peace out.